see their head, the girl's head, come above the guy's shoulder to be well matched. She may grow another inch or two, who knows? At 16, this may be it.
It's not down there in the hand corner, our official timer, making sure everything is in place from a safety standpoint, a little bit of a delay. Matt and Katie actually ski with the Prior Lake Shockwaves water ski team and live in Bloomington, Minnesota. Obviously a shorter season, but the passion in Wisconsin, Minnesota, Illinois, and generally the Midwest is much higher. And this is their first year of individual competitions, and actually took fourth place at the Midwest Regionals in their first year, which is good. You know, Minnesota, Kathy, a real hotbed for three event skiing. Paul Chapin, and so many people that I skied against in three event skiing, but a little bit in show skiing as well. Still a strong water ski state, and of course it's the home state and the birthplace to the sport of water skiing. Ralph Samuelson, and I believe it was in 1922, was the very first water skier. How he did it back then, I mean, I'm not sure I would have committed suicide on skis like that, but the fact of the matter is, it was a challenge, and those skis are well represented at the USA Water Ski Foundation Hall of Fame in Polk County, Florida, soon to be moving to the Lake Myrtle Sports Complex in Auburndale in Polk County, Florida.
Mark, I'm very excited to see that happen. I can't wait to see once everything's moved in and USA Water Ski has a new home.
Well, I think, Kathy, and of course this is self-serving to some degree, but I think one of the reasons that you and Jerry were able to maintain not only the fitness level that you guys have over the years, but that competitive edge is you came down and still come down to Central Florida to practice, to train, to work with your friends. I don't know if you have any family down there, sort of you do. But now underway, we do have Matt Hobby and Katie Davis from Bloomington, Minnesota, with the Prior Lake Shockwaves water ski team. And this is unusual. I don't think I've seen a musical instrument on the stage before like that.
I have not seen that. They're definitely going with a country theme, and they've got it all set up with the barn backdrop and all. I'm interested to see what he can do with her in a dress myself, because I can't imagine, hands getting caught up in material and stuff. So we'll see how it works.
Especially with some of the more advanced maneuvers. That's a good, safe first move.
It is, Mark. And again, her hip came up because he's moving her from a step up to an attitude, and he's facing her towards the audience. But first you need to do the attitude with the girl facing backwards to keep her hips in line, which he didn't, so that's why her hip popped out.
Kathy, I'm looking at the length of their rope, and maybe it's just me, but it appears that rope for a doubles couple is awful long, which means you get a lot of reverb, at least the guy does. So, and again, that could be just my eyes, but I think that they're back there a ways.
Yeah, it does look long to me as well. Maybe it has something to do with the table in the wake, and the speed he chooses to go at. I'm not sure. Or maybe it's just the rope they found.
What do you think of that depth drop there? I mean, the recovery was a little choppy. But
yeah, that wasn't my favorite move.
No, mine either. I think the first time that I saw that done was by Larry Heyer, I believe. And of course, Larry Heyer, not so much in show skiing anymore, but of course, Larry and I were roommates down in Florida for a few months.
Right, and I think Larry's height kept the girl's head out of the water, and it made it look a little bit cleaner. Plus, coming out of it has to be part of it. And I think a lot of the guys, go, okay, let's do a death drop, but then they don't practice coming out of it and making that clean, and obviously you're in front of the audience, so it needs to be performed as well as the death drop itself. And a girl, if she keeps her legs tight, it looks a whole lot nicer than when they bend their legs and flex their feet more.
Yeah, it takes, that's a good point, Kathy, because I think it takes a guy as tall as Larry, I believe he's like 6'7", or he's 6'7".
Yeah, he was tall.
And of course Larry was really strong too, and with big hands.
Sure.
Now, Kathy, in the lineup that we have today, we're on couple number 7, so almost halfway through. Is the lineup and the order of show, or at least the run here, based on a blind draw, or is it based like some of the other competitions where it's based on last year's performance?
Yeah, they're actually seeded by the last year's winner goes last if they decide to compete, and from there they take the regions, and each region sends its first place winner from the regional competition, and the last group of skiers you see will be the first place skiers from each region.
Okay.
Last year's winners came from Wisconsin, so it may be the second place winners of the Wisconsin region going second last.
A lot of rules. Oh, I love that. Into an LC. I'm impressed with that. Matt Hovey and Katie Davis from the Prior Lake Shock Range Water Ski Team. Big time 3-event club many years ago from Bloomington, Minnesota. Nice performance. Sam Pinkerton on stage.
Well, good afternoon, Matt and Katie. How are you?
Not doing too bad.
I'm good. You're good. Well, good. It's great to have you here on stage. I'm glad to welcome you. I noticed the name of your team, and it's a little bit unfamiliar to me. So will you let the group know which club you're with?
We're with the Shockwaves out of Shakopee, Minnesota.
Shakopee, Minnesota. Very nice. Relatively new club, or just your first time here at Nationals?
We don't compete, so I'm familiar with it.
You do now. So welcome to the stage. This is your first year, correct? Great job. We're glad to have you here. And it appears that you two are also involved in other athletic pursuits, and those are?
I play hockey.
And you, Katie?
Just water skiing.
Just water skiing. And it said swimming here, so I was just a little bit of a swimmer. Good. Only when you drop her does she swim. Any special shout out then that you all want to give to folks back home or watching you live on webcast?
Well, shout out to my wife, Sarah Smith.
My family and our whole ski team.
That's great. Well, we're glad to have you here at National. Thanks for being a part, and